Hey guys, what's up? Lone Berserker here, and this is a commentary 3 versus 3. I am playing as Suebi. My allies are the Odrysian Kingdom and the Seleucid Empire. We are going up against Pontus, Egypt, and Galatia. So, I am using a test build here. I don't know if I'll use it in the future. Depends on how it works in a 1 versus 1. But it has 2 Scout Riders, I think 4 Slingers, 4 Levy Freemen, 4 Spear Levy, 3 Noble Riders, 3 Bloodsworn, 2 Wolf Warriors, and 2 Sword Masters, and a Fast Charge General. The Odrysian Kingdom has 4 Thracian Slingers, 4 Spears, I think. Yes. 4 Thracian Cav, 4 Thracian Warriors, and then 4 Nobles. And he put his Noble General next to mine so I could fast charge his general, which would have been funny. That was our plan, at least. The Seleucids has 4 Eastern Slingers, I think. Or no, wait. 2 Persian Light Archers, 1 Eastern Slinger. He's got a mix here. A Thraeus Spear, Thorax Sword, a Hillman. So he's got a mix of Thorax Swords, Levy Pikes, Hillmen, Thraeus Spears, and I think that's it. Then he has some Median Cav in the back, an Elephant, and then 3 Tarentine Cav. I gotta slow this down. This happens fast. Galatia has 2 Cappadocian Cavalry, 4 Horse Skirmishers, and he's got 5 Legionaries. Yeah, 5. 3 Syrian Archers, 2 Galatian Swords, and 2 Galatian Spears, then a Noble Horse General. Egypt has 2 Rhodian Slingers, 1 Egyptian Slinger, 1 Royal Thorax Sword, 4 Thorax Swords, 2 Light Cav, 2 Egyptian Cavalry, what the hell? 2 Nubian Spears, 3 Pikemen, and he's got 3 Galatian Swords. Now, Pontus has 4 Celtic Swords, 4 Naked Swords, I think 3 Eastern Archers, yes. Then 4 Noble Blood Cav, a Pontic Royal Cav, 2 Scythed Chariots, and 2 Scythian Horse Archers. So Pontus had the most interesting build in this entire matchup. So obviously you can see here I'm lining up against Galatia. My plan was just to smack him in the face, but I don't actually do that. I had the skirmish advantage, so I just thought I'd sit back. And yes, 4 Slingers beat 3 Archers any day of the week. I learned that the hard way. At least in my opinion. I've always seen Slingers beat Archers. It only, in my opinion, just comes down to numbers. But especially when they're Germanic Slingers that don't die, no matter how many times they get shot, you're always going to win that matchup. So as you can see, Pontus and Seleucids are skirmishing. I'll probably pay most attention to my battle just because it's hard to micro 3 battles at once. I mean, not micro. That is hard, but that's not what I'm doing. Commentate on 3 battles at once. Most of the skirmishing takes place on this side of the field. Galatia and I kind of just run into each other and die. Against this Pontic build, really, I don't know what you would do because he's got 2 Scythed Chariots. Now, that's not even the problem. It's just the flimsy infantry can be quite deadly, honestly. And for some reason, he's putting his Median Cavalry in the front. That Tarentine almost just got javelined. He's gonna get charged if he's not careful. Oh, but he got a really good javelin volley off. That killed not many, but I guess it only killed 1. Oh no, it killed 7. That Celtic warrior could, Okay, so here, actually, here's an opportunity. Let's pause. Okay, so this is just something that I see. I don't know if you see it, but this is what I would have done in this situation. So he's got this Celtic warrior out here, and it's very exposed. Now, so the Seleucids have a perfect setup for this. Charge the Celtic warrior with the Median Cav, follow up with the Thraeus Spear to block it, and follow up with this Median Cav to counter that Noble Blood Cav. And then you have 3 Tarentine Cav, which you can pour javelins. You can distract the Noble Blood Cav with them, and also throw javelins into the big clump of warriors that's about to happen here. Now, I don't know if that's a good move. That's just what I would do. Also, that Median Cav has been getting shot this entire time by Eastern Archers and is about to die. Also, on top of that, if he does decide to counter you with this unit, you can just bring up the East Persian Light Archer and combine it with the median cav. Now, the only problem there is you are fighting close to his army at that point, so we can just bring in more units. That's just an opinion of mine. I would have done it. Probably wouldn't have worked, but yeah. And Egypt is moving up, but he doesn't really do a whole lot. So he finally notices. I don't know why he didn't notice. I don't know why that unit was up there in the first place, but it was. Galatia and I aren't doing anything, by the way. Yeah, see, now he's really exposed. I would have 100% went for a charge on that Celtic warrior. You could have pulled it off with the Tarentine cav, frankly, and saved the meat to. Now this one's getting shot. Come on, Seleucids. So Egypt kind of pushes up. The Seleucids really push up. Galatia starts moving a little bit, and now you can see Pontus. Okay, this unit needs to be in square first of all. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, but he's gonna get charged anyway. He needed a counter there because, oh wait, he wasn't. Okay, the noble blood cav wasn't actually targeting the Thraeus spear, so that was a good move. That was a really lucky move there. All right, here we go. This is what I'm gonna say about this. This unit needs to hit here or here, either the Celtic warrior or naked sword, either one. And those units are going to die. So what if he loses it, gets countercharged by a noble blood? That's completely worth it. And he has a thorax sword and a hillman, which is plenty, by the way, to follow up. Thing is here, the Seleucids shouldn't have charged, because he's getting attacked in the flank by Egypt, for one. And he's going up against 2 scythed chariots, and he hasn't wounded them at all. And if this Pontic rush here pins down his front line, he is completely screwed. And yes, I will go to my side of the battlefield when it's time, which will be soon, actually. I'm just literally shooting his Syrian archers, so. Now you can see, now he's forming a shield wall. That's a huge freaking mistake. Do not form shield wall against a charging naked sword. Pretty sure that, okay, so now he needs to rear charge that unit, but it's not going to happen in time. Here come the scythe chariots. Wait, no, they're not yet. Well, he's shooting them a little bit. We're going to teleport to my side of the battlefield. Yeah. So, basically, my plan here, charge with a Bloodsworn and a Wolf Warrior, easily cream these Galatian spears, use the Noble Rider and Spear Levy to ward off anything that comes this way. Those are just crappy horse skirmishers, but the Cappadocians I need to be careful of. And I am just pouring on the fire across. That Galatian Legionnaire has lost 12 guys, which is important. So yeah, I will easily tear this front line apart. My Spear Levy and Cav here will easily destroy these 4 horse skirmishers here. That will not be a problem at all. He's actually going to run away. Don't know why I did this, but okay, good. I was about to say. I'm going to flank him and smash into these guys' rear. And that will absolutely end their career. Now, this horse skirmisher is in a pretty crappy position. This one's losing. Now, we use fast charge here. We didn't really succeed in our little what's it called, I guess, plan. I didn't even get a fast charge on the Galatian Legionnaire. I just got a lucky engagement. This Wolf Warrior will have a good day against this Galatian Legionnaire despite it being a hit-on engagement just because of the fast charge. Swordmasters will beat the Galatian Legionaries. You can see I use Pride immediately. Wolf Warrior will actually lose, technically. This frickin' person messages me one more time. I'm throwing this phone out the window. My general lost like half of his units. He's down to 44. Yeah, you can see the Thracian Noble did get in the fight, but he didn't really get a good charge. But still, it's just kind of funny little gimmick we do. He has an 83 charge bonus, 350 morale, and 96 attack. He's literally unstoppable until an arrow hits him in the knee. Now, these Bloodsworn and these Spear Levy won't really do a whole lot. Well, actually, the Bloodsworn will, but I didn't get a good charge, so I'm going to try and cyclocharge him right there. And you can see we are tearing it up on this front line. Sadly, I made the stupid mistake I always do, and I used Headhunt immediately. Shouldn't have done that, because now it's going to turn into a slow grind-out fight when the fight was already won. If I had just waited, that would have been fine. I pull this Wolf Warrior out, and I get a side charge. You'll see me do stuff like this all the time. It's so sneaky, and it pays off so much. I'm going to take him out of this fight, leave that Spear Levy behind to lose, but I'm going to get a good rear charge and force that Galatian Legionnaire into red morale and possibly break in a second. That is risky, but it does kind of work. Sometimes, you can see Egypt has kind of just pushed through the middle, and the Odrysian Kingdom just ran away and is now surrounding his pikemen and stuff. Pontus still has a chariot left. He still has both his chariots, actually. Wow. So he waited way longer than I thought he would have. That's interesting to me, because I would have used one of them at least one of them immediately. Probably would have lost it, but that's besides the point. So you can see the Seleucid infantry is just going to lose at this point. He did not take good engagements there, but yeah, you can see everything is breaking. There's no hope for him. He still has the elephant, but those Scythian horse archers, wherever they are, will... Well, are they still alive, actually? I don't see any Scythian horse archers, so I think they're dead. Don't know how they died. Is that them right there? Nope, that's them right there. So they will easily beat that elephant up. On my side, you can see Galatia is starting to break very quickly here, and yeah, there goes that unit. I'm throwing this Bloodsworn against the Galatian sword, which is easily beating up my crappy spear levin. You can see the flank has been won by me, and now I'm going to outflank him. He's using diamond here. Don't know why, but I just caught that Cappadocian with a spear levy. Caught this horse skirmisher with a noble rider, so now Galatia is surrounded and he will die momentarily. And you can see my fight is just being cleaned up. Now, I honestly did not mind the way my army that I kind of threw together here turned out. I did like it, and I liked the way it played out. Not played out, but the way I guess I commanded it. Something along those lines. And I might try it in the future. I need to use it in a 1 versus 1 because I don't think an army is good unless it can stand up on its own. So yeah, we'll see how it does in a 1 versus 1. Now, here we have Pontic chariots just rolling over whatever's left. And this is interesting to me because I feel like the chariots should be used when the enemy has the majority of his troops. But Pontus kept them. He still has one in the back too. And now they're kind of just going to be thrown against kind of run down units. He's not even microing it, which I know chariots are hard to micro. I hate doing it because it's such a waste of time. And they're just going to melt against this Thracian noble, but they will get some good kills before they die. But they're getting shot by that, yeah, that slinger should have been killed quicker. He does roll over the middle of it, though. Egypt is going to box up a little bit here, and I will throw all my troops against him. I get some good shots into the back of his pikeman there as he runs away. Pontus doesn't really have a whole lot left. Except for that one chariot, he still has a lot of his general unit. He still has a whole noble blood in the Scythian. I guess he does have good cav left, but his infantry is looking pretty thin here. I mean, it was at the beginning of the game, but now it really is. Here comes the second sized chariot. And again, I don't like the usage of it. But I guess, actually, no, that was a good charge because it hit the back of a Thracian and a Thorax sword. Now he's going to get... Okay, no, this one was way better than the other one. And you can see... The double chariot thing I think is freaking hilarious. That slinger just got wrecked, actually. I'm surprised he didn't send the chariot against me, but I guess I just have... Didn't want it to get javelined immediately, which it would have been javelined right away. So it's not getting bad kills, I guess. But yeah, they kind of didn't... They didn't really play an important role, because he didn't even use them during the main battle. Kind of waited till the end there. And you can see I'm just swarming Egypt at this point, as I have the majority of the troops left on the battlefield. I just threw everything and went into one long line. I didn't even care anymore. I do stuff like this at the time. I do funny stuff like this when the game ends, because I really don't care what happens at this point. Well, as long as I know the outcome, if we're going to win or lose, which I could tell you definitely we were going to win this one. Thrace still had, the Odrysian kingdom still had 3 Thracian nobles that were barely touched, so it'd take a miracle for the enemy team to win. Although, I actually take a pretty crappy engagement, and Egypt gets the better of me here somehow. I don't really understand, but I guess the Bloodsworn didn't get good charge. That Royal Thorax Swordsman beats my Bloodsworn, which I was freaking flabbergasted to see. So I charge him with my Noble Sword, and I try to run away here, but I think one of them breaks. The thing about Swabians, you have to remember, they are fast. All their units are light or medium, so you have such a good advantage. In that aspect, actually the Swordmasters are heavy, so that's not the greatest. It's not that bad, though. They were medium. They only buffed them because I think people were complaining about it. But honestly, I don't really think they should have been buffed to heavy. I think they were perfectly fine at medium. Well, I say that, but I never actually played when they were considered a medium infantry. I only saw replays. I guess you could say I'm newer to Rome 2. I'm newer to the new playstyle, I guess. Even though I did play when spaghetti lines were a thing, I just wasn't good, so I didn't play. I sucked when spaghetti lines were a thing, because that's when I first started. And yeah, that's the end of the battle here. I don't know, I feel like I didn't really get a whole lot of fighting in. But, yeah. Seleucids definitely took the brunt of our game there. So as you can see, the players were quite evenly matched. They had Erish. Well, he has his name as Odin, but it's Erish, and he's a really good player. Pretty sure he could beat one of us one-on-one any day. So the Odrysian Kingdom, his general barely got touched and got 95 kills. This Thracian noble didn't even fight. So the Thracian nobles did extremely well, and 90% of the time they're going to, as long as they don't get shot or javelined. Thracian horsemen, alright. Thracian royal cav, amazing. This Thracian slinger killed a bunch of chariots. The other two did nice. Spears, obviously, doing crappy. And then Thracian warriors all around doing great. Wow. I should try the Odrysian Kingdom, but I just hate the fact that they're so vulnerable. He says as he continues to play Swaby. So Egypt's general actually did pretty freaking good and got 170 kills. I hate this unit, so props to him. His cavalry, though, did absolutely nothing, which is usual of Egyptian cavalry. Slinger's not doing that great. Galatian sword's not that great. This one Nubian spearman, though, did pretty good. Pikeman, not the greatest. And then this one thorax sword did really nice, and this one did okay. My cavalry did really freaking good. My noble riders. Scout riders did really nice, too. Slingers did pretty good, and the Bloodsworn doing really nice. The Spear Levy doing alright. Actually, this one got 83 kills. And I think a lot of those were on Cappadocians, so that Spear Levy did good. The Swordmaster's doing great, and the Wolf Warrior's doing good. So I think this army is alright, but I haven't tried it in a 1v1, and therefore I don't want to say anything about it. I usually don't like saying an army is good unless it can stand on its own in a 1v1. Galatia, his general did alright. He got a chevron, I guess, but he only got 73 kills. The rest of his cabs did absolutely terrible. I'm not even gonna lie about it either. The Syrians, not so great. His main line of Galatian legionaries should have lasted like twice as long as they did, but they didn't. And then these excess Galatian units. Frankly, this Galatian army had way too much cavalry. You don't need 4 mercenary horse skirmishers. You need like 2, and you should just get the raiders. That was not a great build by Galatia. And then the Seleucids, well, his elephant did really nice. One of the median cav did great. And then the Tarentines did alright, but everything else kind of got crapped on. Which doesn't really surprise me considering what he was facing. So yeah, his infantry did absolute crap. Pontus's general did really nice. One Scythian did really good. One noble blood did well, 2 noble bloods did good. And you can see the kills on the chariots were alright, but as I said before, they didn't really play a whole important part in the battle. At least in my opinion. They were used at the end, but they didn't change the tide of the battle. And they didn't really get any meaningful kills, because the majority were against... Well, I guess they were against Thracian nobles and warriors, so I guess that part was good. The Eastern Archers did pretty nice, actually. I don't like this unit at all. I think it's way too vulnerable and doesn't get enough kills. And then the Celtic Warriors and Naked Warriors, as you can see, they're always gonna... Well, not always, but they'll do pretty well under the right command. Actually, Eastern Archers. Where's the faction? Oh, they do have 150 range, but they only do 35 damage. I'd rather just take the Slinger because they last longer. So Galatia, I don't know. I don't play Galatia a whole lot anymore. Where the heck are they? There they go. But if I was going to play Galatia, frankly, I would play a Rush Galatia. I guess it depends on what the rules are. But you could get away with that, and frankly, absolutely no one's gonna stand in your way. The only thing is that is extremely spammy, and you are bringing 10 melee, so I guess if it was max 8 melee, How much is that? That's 8. Drop a Glacian Spear, and yeah, I'd bring that. That's what I would bring, but again, I don't really play Glacia. I know people like to bring 2 Noble Horse, but you're gonna be handicapped countless anyways because of Glacia's cavalry situation. But this is a pretty nasty Glacian build in my opinion. If the rules are max 8 swords, if they're not, bring 5 Glacian swords and 5 legionaries, and frig, I'd be surprised if someone stood in your way with that. I wouldn't even know how to beat that. Yeah, that would be a hard build to counter in my opinion. But rarely are the rules that gonna allow you to, well, competitive rules I guess, are gonna allow you to bring 10 swords like that. Well, that is all guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.